coronavirus, also known as COVID-19, has truly made an impact on our daily lives as we know it. This global pandemic caused many to adapt to conditions that are unimaginable. There are nearly 51 million cases worldwide and more than 10 million cases in the United States. Due to these increasing numbers, many actions were put into play to prevent the spread of the virus. Because of COVID-19, many people were forced to abide by rules and face their new reality. From students going to school, people going to work, and simply going out to public places are now common activities that have been heavily impacted. So, Dalen, you are a sophomore at Georgetown University, and this pandemic literally went down while you were in college. So, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, it was my first year when everything happened. We were in the second semester, spring semester, and your first year of college, it's pretty much just trying to get adapted to everything. And even though I wasn't too far away from home, since I'm from Maryland and Georgetown isn't too far away, it was still a very big adapting period because it's college. And as soon as it felt like I was getting ahead of things and I started to get things going for me, getting involved in more clubs, work study, internship opportunities, that's when everything was shut down. And after the first semester, it felt like I was getting a little more acclimated, but then had to completely readjust with everything that's been going on now, like many other people. But it's been very challenging, especially for college students, and not just for sophomores right now, but especially for freshmen who haven't had any type of experience being on a campus. So it has been a pretty big adjustment just for virtual learning right now. But the opportunities that Georgetown has been able to provide, just switching everything to virtual, it has been a lot more helpful because they do provide different things like our cab fair, where it showcases different clubs and extracurriculars at Georgetown. That's usually hosted on campus, but they've done things like switch those kinds of events over to virtual that have really been helpful, especially for incoming students and just transfers to get more acclimated to the college community.
So, can you tell me a little bit about your profession and what you do?
So, my name is Elisa Thomas. I work for the federal government, and I work as an IT specialist, dealing with IT projects and IT contracts. So, maintaining the infrastructure and programming and data support for the IT area.
So how has that transition been for you, where you went from going to work every single day to now working from home?
I love it. I'm a bit of an introvert, and it helps me multitask. I'm able to get more done because I'm not running to meetings all the time, so I can work while I'm in a meeting. I can multitask, and as you can see, I normally have a laptop here and then two screens here, so that I'm able to tune into a meeting as well as work and keep an eye on other things that are going on as well. So it helps me to stay focused by being at home. And I cut down on my commute. So my commute is normally an hour and 15 minutes.
Oh, wow.
So that time I'm able to spend more time being productive and doing more work.
Yes, than driving to work.
Exactly. The only caveat and the only issue that I find working from home is kind of never turn it off.
Oh, okay.
So you continue working, and I have alerts set so that I can hear my emails when they come in. So if I'm in another part of the house and I hear an email, I'm more apt to respond to it since I'm at home.
Many restaurants and entertainment places are open during this pandemic. Therefore, I wanted to know some of the safety precautions they're taking to prevent the spread of COVID-19.
But we're taking all the precautions that were given out by the state of Maryland. So we're following all the COVID protocols. We're 6 feet apart. We're social distancing. We have all our protective ingredients. And we have checklists that we do for guest checkpoint, where we're doing cleaning every hour. And we have all complete cleaning, and every table is double sanitized. So each guest, when they go to the table's re-sanitized right in front of them again, right before we use it.
So what is Sky Zone for those who don't know?
Sky Zone is a family-oriented trampoline park. So we are deep cleaning our attractions in our parks every 3 hours. We do have hand sanitation stations throughout the park for all of our guests to use. We also are requiring temperatures and hand sanitizer at the door for our guests when they enter the park, and our team members and our guests are required to wear masks throughout the whole time that they are jumping.
It's clear that public places and businesses have taken the initiative to ensure everyone's safety. Now people are eager to know how long this will last. I spoke with the healthcare specialist to get their opinion. It's clear that society has adapted to our new way of living. As a healthcare professional, what is your prediction for the future?
I think our level of self-protection and self-awareness has significantly changed, where we're now beginning to becoming more aware of self-care. You know, wearing the mask and things is not so much you wear the mask to protect just yourself, but others around you. So some of our things are going to get better in terms of, I think, our being confined to home is going to get better and things. But some of the stuff in terms of looking out for others, wearing masks, being aware of infections, being aware of the need for you to take care of your health is our big thing, I think.
Not only are we facing a global pandemic in 2020, but we had a major presidential election as well. Millions of voters casted ballots early in record-breaking numbers this year and chose mail-in ballots as their method of voting. Ma'am, I noticed that you put your ballot in the box. Can you tell me why you preferred that method of voting?
Well, because we're in the middle of a pandemic, and I just feel that that's one of the safer routes instead of standing in long lines and you know, taking chances of me being exposed to COVID-19. For me, that's a safer route, considering I also have a health underlying issue.
Kayla Tinsley, Senior Capstone News.